Hello everyone, today's lesson is lesson 103, Finding Perimeter. So let's say I have a piece of paper. Now most paper is 11 inches by 8.5 inches. Okay. To find perimeter, remember the perimeter is the outside line of a shape. Okay. Kind of like the fence around a field. So to find the perimeter, I need to add up all of these different sides. Well, on a rectangle, if the bottom equals 11 inches, that means the top also has to be 11 inches. If the right is 8.5, then the left has to be 8.5 inches as well. So to find my answer, I'm going to add together 11 plus 11 plus 8.5 plus 8.5. Okay, so I know 11 plus 11 is 22. And then 8.5 plus 8.5, we have 8 plus 8 is 16, and a half plus a half is 1 whole, so this is going to be 17. So we have 22 plus 17, and that equals 39 inches. Okay, let's say I take that paper and I fold it in half, hamburger style. Okay, so now I have 8.5 by 5.5. So to find the perimeter, or P for perimeter, we're going to add together 8.5 plus 8.5 plus 5.5 plus 5.5. Okay, so we have 1/2, 2 halves, so this is one whole, and a half plus a half is another whole. So that's going to be 2, which I'm going to add to my whole number side. So we have 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 8 is 18, plus 5 is 23, plus 5 is 28. So it's the area, or the perimeter, is 28 inches. What happens if I fold it the other way? Hot dog, so thin way, the paper. So I'm going to add up all the numbers. So we have 11.5, 11.5, 4 1/4, and 4 1/4. Okay, so we would end up with 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1 whole, so we're going to put that over here. And then 1/4 plus 1/4 is 2/4 or 1/2. Okay, 1 plus 1 is 2, 3, 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 4 is 11. Carry my 1, 1, 2, 3. So my answer is 31.5 inches. So if we look, the perimeter is not the same when I folded it in half in the different ways. Okay. So let's go ahead and find the perimeter of this shape. This is 9 feet by 5 feet. Okay. So I would do 9 plus 9 plus 5 plus 5. Now problems that we're wondering about perimeter, usually are like, how much fence do we need to cover this area? Okay. Because remember, it's the outside line. So 9 plus 9 is 18, plus 5 is 23, plus 5 is 28. So I'm going to need 28 feet of fencing to go around this field. Okay. So if I have 10 feet of fencing, what can the length and width of a rectangle be to use up all the fencing? Okay. So I'm going to figure out that, so I have 10 feet. Now, the length plus the width of the rectangle has to be half of the perimeter, right? Because I have its length times plus width plus length plus width. So half of it can't be any larger than 5. Okay. So what numbers add up to equal 5? Well, I have 1 plus 4 equals 5, and 2 plus 3 equals 5. So to have a perimeter of 10 feet, I could have my length be equal to 5, and my length be equal to 3, and my width be equal to 2. Okay, so that would look kind of like this. Or it could be my length and width are 1 and 5, or 1 and 4, excuse me. Okay? Alright, so that is how we find the perimeter. You add up the lengths of all of the sides. So that's it for this lesson. Thanks for watching.